Sentence stems. Common sentence starters provided to students to use when generalizing, summarizing, or transitioning between ideas. According to the author, we see in Chapter 2 that, or while X does this, Y, background knowledge, schema or prior knowledge, information or experience that the student has prior to learning. When students can connect their background knowledge to their text they read, it aids their comprehension. Heading, a title of a section. Summarizing, writing or speaking a brief description of more intensive information by covering only the main/most important points without details. Modeling, an instructional strategy in which the teacher demonstrates a concept or skill and students learn by observing. When a teacher encounters a difficult word in a text, she thinks aloud to model how she can use the context clues to discover the meaning. Problem in solution, an organizational approach where the author presents a problem and possible solution. Literature circles, a strategy in which a teacher organizes students into small groups to discuss a common text. Glossary, a list of important words to know along with their meanings. Chronological order, an organizational approach that follows an orderly progression of events based in time. Evaluate Bloom's taxonomy. Level 5, justify a stance, defend, support, critique. Compare and contrast, an organizational approach where the author provides similarities and differences about two ideas. Audiobook, a recording of a reading of a book. Subheading, a title for a smaller portion of text. Caption, short explanations below photos. Positive language transfer occurs when L1 knowledge facilitates the acquisition of L2. Positive language transfer occurs when students use what they know about sentence structure in their native language to help them understand sentence structure in the language they are acquiring. Anticipation guide, a series of statements used to preview and activate prior knowledge before reading a text. Homogeneous group, a group comprised of individuals working on the same level. A small group of students reading a book together on the same reading level as a homogeneous group. Structure morphic analysis, using meaningful words, parts, morphemes to study a word and determine its meaning. Word bank, a written list of key vocabulary words or phrases used to support students in writing. In an English class, a teacher may create a word bank with extreme adjectives to use instead of using very. Lexicon, the collective vocabulary of a person or language. Reading over summer increased the student's lexicon for the following school year. Graphic organizer, a visual display of the relationships between facts and ideas. Graphic organizers such as story maps, timelines, Venn diagrams, and KWL charts help students organize information. Venn diagram, a graphic organizer with two or more overlapping circles used to illustrate exam similarities and differences between two subjects. Index, a catalog list at the end of the text containing all the topics discussed. Heterogeneous group, group comprised of individuals working on various levels. A small group of students with varying academic abilities working together on a science project is a heterogeneous group. Limited vocabulary, smaller or more restricted banks of words than is typical. Students says that one instead of referring to an item by specific name. Schema when reading. Background knowledge a reader brings to a text. Someone who plays baseball can use his experience to understand a biography of Babe Ruth. Organizational structure. Text structure can include cause and effect, problem solution, main idea details, and/or sequence. Students often find problem solution text structure as more interesting. Metacognition. The ability to think about one's own thought process. Signal words. Words are phrases that show the connection between ideas. To teach text structure, a teacher can have students find signal words within the text and examine a topic sentence that clue the reader to specific structure. Create Bloom's taxonomy. Level 6. Produce original thoughts of work. Design, author, formulate. Bloom's taxonomy. A hierarchy of levels of knowledge. Each level has associated verbs teachers can use to start questions. Identify as at the lower level, then argue because it requires a lower level of thinking. Think, pair, share. Active learning activity in which the teacher provides a prompt. The students consider it individually, then pair up and brainstorm response or solutions, and then the students can share the results with the class. Cause and effects. A writing method in which the author explains reasons why something happened or the effects of something that has happened. A politician's speech in which all of the bad actions of an opponent are listed to argue that the politician should be elected instead. Graphic features. Charts, graphs, photos, and graphic organizers. Chart. Journaling. A literacy development strategy in which students write personal reflections. Journaling is an opportunity for students to respond to literature and practice their writing skills. Transition words. Phrases and words used to link sentences, paragraphs, and ideas together. First, next, last, on the other hand. Realia. Objects used in everyday life brought into the classroom to enhance instruction. The teacher brought in realia from her closet when teaching a lesson about choosing clothes to match the weather to her ELL students. Reader's Response Journal. A journal in which students record their initial response to their reading. Students read a portion of the text and then record their thoughts in a reader's response journal before discussing with classmates. Reading fluency. The ability to read with appropriate speed, accuracy, and prosody. Reading comprehension. The ability to read a text and understand its meaning. Jessie read the book and was able to explain to me why the characters lied in chapter 3. A literary device. Used by authors to communicate specific ideas to the reader. Metaphor. Analyze Bloom's taxonomy, which is level 4. Connect different ideas. Differentiate, compare, contrast. Table of contents. A text feature found on a page before the start of a written work that lists chapters, names, or section titles along with their corresponding page number. Cognates. Words in two languages that share a similar meaning, spelling, and pronunciation. Family, familia, computer, computadora, and bicycle by Saletta. Paraphrase. Putting something that was read, heard, or viewed into your own words. The principal told me we might be getting raises this year.